What's up, guys? I want to do like a raw type of video, and something came to my mind. So I haven't posted on YouTube for a while, and really I've been really focusing on my online coaching business, yada yada yada, and really had to get that scaled up, and really a lot of things have been going on. And one thing that's really been on my mind and I wanted to share with y'all is, I made a lot of progress in the last couple months, and the only thing that really changed is my mindset. Really, that's it. And I want to share the importance of really focusing on your mindset and how that's the only thing that's going to get you to where you want to be. Now, I want to show you this house for an example. Someone owns this house, right? They're building a house. It's like what? $20 million. And you might think, oh shit. When you see a house like that, you're like, damn, $20 million house. But what you don't think about is who actually owns this? What did it really take to get to that point? And whenever you think about that, a lot of people might think, oh, family money, big ass company, all that stuff. But yeah, it can be anything, but it's really the mindset, because at the end of the day, this started from nothing. At a certain point, it started from literally something in here, from nothing. And going on in my journey, after smacking, a couple 10K months with fitness coaching, from being broke, literally in 60 days, like really what's changed for me is, shit, my arm's getting tired, my mindset. Like, that's it. Because when you actually realize, what the fuck am I doing right now is not working, then now you start thinking in a way where like, urgency, I need to actually figure it out. I need to take more risk. I can't be comfortable. And that starts with your mindset. Like, you know what I mean? And you have to understand that the people that are literally where you want to be, the people that are where I want to be, they're no different than me. They're literally no different than me. The only thing is they just have a better mindset. That's it. A better mindset creates a better life. No one's special, bro. It's not like they're 100 times smarter than you. There's people that are not as smart as you that are in better positions just because they have a better mindset. They don't give up. They know how the journey takes. I want you guys to look at this house, bro. And this neighborhood, I'm in Houston. I've always came to this neighborhood as a kid. And just to look at these houses. And someone bought this house right here. Like this house, it's really nice. Like, I've always came to this neighborhood like over time after time, after a couple of years. Someone owns this house. They bought this lot. They literally bought this lot and extended their house all this way. That's an extra 10 million. And a lot of you guys, you need to think about these things. There's humans, because you have to see it as a video game. And if you're not at your goals, you're losing. All right? I'm not at my goals, so I'd say I'm losing, bro. You can't have an ego about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be like, how the fuck is there other people in my 5-mile radius? Because, there's apartments 5 miles away from here, and there's mansions, you know what I'm saying? So you have to understand, like, how is there people, there's people right here, like 5 miles away from me. Let's say if you live in an apartment, right? How are the people 5 miles away from me and they have all this money, they live this lifestyle, they own these things? How? You need to ask these questions. What did it take? Don't just be a bot and just be like, oh yeah, whatever, rich people, family. Don't be a bot, bro. Stop being a fucking bot. Think about how. And then you need to apply to what you're doing right now. Right now, you're probably not doing anything that's really going to get you to that point. You need to be realistic. If you work a job right now, that's good. There's different phases, but do you have a plan? Do you have an end goal? According to my story, I was making content. I was working a job. I wasn't making any money from my content, but I was still showing up every single day. I was still trying to figure it out. And I realized, a job is not going to get me fucking here, bro. A job ain't going to get me here. No job is going to get me here. The only option that I have is to make it out with content. Literally. Have a business through content. And throughout my journey, I've been doing this shit for 4 years. For 4 years, I wasn't making any money from content. During the 3rd year, I had something happen, but then it fell off. And then finally, I keep going. Something's going up again. You know what I'm saying? With fitness coaching. And I'm helping people transform their body. And I'm helping people actually start their online coaching business. And it's going really well. Now, long term, you have to understand there's different phases in your life to really get to those kind of goals, these houses, like I'm gonna have to do something else that's gonna make me a lot more money. But you need to understand what you're doing right now starts with the mindset. You need to have a good enough mindset to understand that like what I'm doing right now is not gonna make it. And you have to be brutally honest. If you're not a boss right now, let's see. The video kind of cut out, but what I mean with your mindset is like, you can't be afraid, bro. Like, to really reach your goals and to really make the progress that you want to make, you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid of investing in some shit. You can't be afraid of what other people are going to think about you. You can't be afraid of failing, because the reality is you're failing right now. If you're not at your goals, you're failing. And once I realized that, that's when I realized, okay, then fuck it all. Who cares? I'm going to go all in. If I fail, which I'm already was, you know what I mean? And since I'd even say I'm still failing right now because I'm still not at my goals, fuck it. Who cares? We're all going to die anyway. It doesn't really matter. So you need to have that kind of mindset to where it's like, just go all in. Stop worrying about all this shit. Do whatever it takes. Get that fucking mentor. You know what I'm saying? Start posting the content that you want to post. Do whatever it's required to reach that goal. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter at the end. And you don't want to live a life knowing that you could have done all this shit and got to these goals, but your mindset was off. Like, you can't be scared of this shit. Scared money makes no money. You know, you're not gonna gain muscle in the gym if you're afraid. You can't convince someone on a sales call. You can't show them that you can transform their body. All they gotta do is invest $2K with you so they can keep accountable and actually make progress. You can't convince them if you're not convinced yourself, if you don't have the mindset. And that's really what it all comes down to, bro. The mindset fucking creates this shit. And I don't even need to have that right now to know that. But it really makes sense. It doesn't just happen. People are not born lucky, bro. There's people that literally change the game for themselves. And that can be you. You just need to have the mindset and know what it takes. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say that. Fix your mindset, because that's going to be the only thing that's going to take you to where you want to be. I'm going to be documenting more of my journey on YouTube, fitness coaching, social media, everything like that. And peace.